When we're building queries in GIS, we're often using SQL, which stands for Simple Query Language. In this example here, we're just selecting one type of thing. So in this case here, the type is equal to water, and this is what's going to appear in the SQL clause here. Type equals to water, type equals water, and then that just the records that have, or the features that have that attribute set to type equals to water will be selected. Other times, however, we might want to select from a numeric range. So in this case here, we've entered an SQL expression where the area is greater than 20.0. And we can see that areas, that only the records, only the features that have their area greater than the value of 20 are going to be selected and a little bit darker and a little bit gray in this case here. We could also select by more than one attribute, and in this case we would use the AND selection. So we have two different criteria that we're going to apply in this case here. Land use has to be equal to urban, and municipality has to be equal to city in order for it to be selected. And you can see in this case here, of the 7 records, it's only chosen 2 records. Land use equals urban and municipality equals city, and the same here. There are other ones that either have that have urban as their land use, but they are not selected because their municipality is not equal to city. So both of those have to be true using the AND statement in order for them to be selected. With the OR statement, however, only one of them has to be true. So in this case, we're doing an OR selection with area greater than 20 or the municipality equal to 0. Or municipality equal to city. So everything that has this municipality equal to city is automatically selected whether its area is greater than 20 or less than 20. On top of that, any place that has the area greater than 20 is also going to be selected. So any of these records here that has their area greater than 20 is going to be selected even if their municipality is not city. So these ORs tend to build up larger number of selected records, and because both have to be true, typically have less of a number of selected records. Not is kind of like the opposite. So land use not urban means anything land use urban will not be selected, and anything that has any other value, regardless of what that value is, farm or suburban in this case, will be the records that are selected here. And we can get more and more complicated, right? This is one that land use has to be urban and the mill rate has to equal B. And then that's one selection multi-selection criteria there. And then there's brackets here, and then an OR statement, and then another multi-selection criteria here. Municipality equals city is not the case, and the density is greater than 200. And we can see here that only 2 of those records are selected that match both of those multi-criteria, are all 4 of those criteria, given the AND, ORs, and the ANDs and NOTs, AND, ORs, and NOTs used in the selection. As I mentioned with the selection criteria, the AND statement tends to limit our choices or make them smaller because everything has to be true. So in this example here, we can see that there's a lot of counties that have population density greater than 50 people per square mile in the northeastern United States. There's also a lot of counties that have median age that's less than 40 in the northeastern United States. And there's a good number of counties that have housing vacancy greater than 10% in the northeastern United States. But if we're looking for the ones where all of those are true, it would be only the polygons that appear gray here and here and here, and that's what the AND statement gets us, right? All 3 of those have to be true in order for that polygon to get a gray color in this final map here. So it's not unusual with AND statements for fewer polygons to be selected than in any of the maps that contribute to that selection, and in fact that's typically the case. Another important thing to remember is that the order of these different operators matter. In this example here, you can see inside of these brackets here, we're looking for land use equals urban and municipality equals county. And then once we find that, then we're going to apply the NOT statement to everything that we've found. That's going to give us a much different set than if we say not land use equal to urban and not municipality equal to county. That's going to give us a completely different set of ones that are selected here. In this case, and in this case less. But this is hard to predict. You really have to go through the logic in order to see which ones are going to be selected and which ones might result in a larger or a smaller set.